Yo 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 what's up, man? How we doing? How we doing this Friday? Friday. I'm tidy, of course, with the Atlanta Bird game. You know, we just had the first round of the NFL draft. The first round of the draft, man. Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. If you will, when you come in, make sure that you do smash that like button for it for your dog. Of course, helps get the video out in the algorithm. So look out for your boy. Hit that like button. I definitely do appreciate it, man. Yeah, first round of NFL's draft is complete. Note to the NBA. I know you guys have your playoffs going on, which is very important. But in the future, you guys may want to take an off day going forward during the first round of the NFL draft. You know, that would be my advice. Go ahead and just take an off day because it's the first round anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like it's the finals or the conference finals or anything like that. So take an off day, you know, because the NFL drafts, it swallows your coverage. You know, nobody's gonna watch it. You know, everybody's focused on the NFL draft. And let's just be honest, you can't compete with the NFL. You can't compete with the NFL. But yes, as we all know, Michael Penix Jr., welcome to Atlanta, sir. Where the players play, as they say. Welcome to Atlanta. So let's get straight to the business, man. Let's talk about this. It's been a very compelling thing to talk about, as usual when you talking Falcons football. Falcons decisions. You know, we all have an opinion, and we are here today to share ours. You know, I have seen a variety of different. Let's go ahead and cut the music. DJ, cut the music. Cut the music. We get into the business. Cut that music off. I have seen like just a variety of different opinions, of different thoughts, and so forth on it. Uh, Last night I had the pleasure of being on our annual draft show with my tag team partner, Uncle Steve. It was on Uncle Steve's Lounge. And if you missed it last night, go to Uncle Steve's Lounge on YouTube and check out the replay. It was a phenomenal show, like it is typically every year. I really enjoyed it every year, and I'm already looking forward to the 2025 show, and we got 364 days to go. So maybe I need to slow my roll a little bit, but yeah, I enjoyed it myself. Steven from the Check Down. Make sure you also check out the Check Down on YouTube as well. You know, make sure to show them some love. Had our boy our money on there also. Was on there with us as well. Coach came through. He was on there with us as well. David Starks came through. You know, we just had a great time. Again, so if you missed the show live, go check out the replay on Uncle Steve's Lounge. And also, there was a bunch of Falcons content creators putting out some great content last night. You had Smitty, Berto, and Tip. You know, check out their show. I watched their show late last night. They put on a phenomenal show. No Pound for Pound was live doing their thing. Go check out their live stream, the eye test. Shout out to the eye test. Make sure you are subscribed to the eye test on YouTube. They put on a phenomenal show also. So it was just great. A great night for Falcons content. Just a great night for football fans all around. You know, we got the fellowship and laugh, joke, you know, and just talk about your favorite teams. And just not Falcons content creators only here, you know, everybody, all NFL teams was represented last night. You know, everybody was doing their show. So it was a great night. As I mentioned just a moment ago, I enjoyed every single year. Had a wonderful, wonderful time. So we're here to discuss it. We're on YouTube. Also, shout out to Twitter, or X as it's called. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all checking us out. You know, we have started streaming more often on X. And I see that we do have people come in and check us out from X. So shout out to X also. Appreciate the love. So let's get the show on the road, man. Let's discuss the NFL draft. Again, make sure you do hit that like button. We got a super chat in the building. Shout out to our guy, Greg. From Greg Custom Kicks. Thank you always, Greg, for the love, the support, and the brotherhood, man. I really appreciate it as always. Since it is what it is, it was a smart decision to draft a quarterback. Also, speaking of Greg from Greg Custom Kicks, y'all, let me show off my kicks from Greg Custom Kicks. You dig? Can y'all see that, man? I might need to bring the computer back a little bit so y'all can see that I'm trying to make sure I get a good shot of it. These are my custom kicks. These are a 1 of 1. You see the big ATL right now. You see them shoes straight, dog. You see them shoes straight, boy. You see them shoes straight, dog. You don't see them shoes straight, bro. You don't see them shoes straight. Check them out, man. Check me out. Check me out. Check me out. You see that Atlanta Bird game right there? Custom, cuz. That's all custom. You can't go and buy these nowhere, bro. These are custom made kicks, dog. Check out Greg Custom Kicks, man. He's everywhere on social media. He's actually in the comments. So, you know, while he's here, if you want to holler at him and put in your order for your own custom shoe, they won't look like these because you can't find these nowhere but right here with me. But he going to create your own masterpiece. Like we got our masterpiece. Right? You see the Atlanta Bird game right there with Kyle Pitts. Yeah, buddy. I'm in the Gizang. Shout out to Greg, man. You know what I'm saying? These are phenomenal, bro. These are so dope. Y'all see that red and black. Yeah, so make sure that you do holler at Greg from Greg Custom Kicks and get your own custom kicks as well, man. He does fantastic work. I saw a lot of his work, not just Falcons work also. You know, I don't want to make it seem like he only do Falcons stuff. You know, I'm a Falcons fan, so of course my shoes are Falcons related, but I've seen Boston Celtics. I know one time he said he even had to do something for the Baghead Aints. You know, so if you're an Aints fan, you know, get some. If you're a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, get you some. If you're a baseball fan, you want some baseball, you know, want some Braves kicks, he can do it all. He can do it all, you know. So make sure you shout out Greg Custom Kicks. Check out Greg Custom Kicks, man. Get your custom kicks. He gonna put you in the game, man. Shout out Greg. I appreciate you, man. So yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about this Michael Penix Jr. pick. That's why we all are here. Man, I have just seen like so many different opinions and what in the world were the Atlanta Falcons thinking by drafting Michael Penix Jr. in the first round at pick 8? What are they thinking? You just gave Kirk Cousins, what, $100 million guaranteed? What are you thinking, Falcons? What do y'all think the Falcons are thinking? What were they thinking? Y'all let me know. I want this to be a real interactive show because, again, there have been a variety of opinions. So, you know, we're going to share ours, and y'all make sure y'all share your opinion with me. You know, I want to know what everybody think, whether you think it was a great idea or if you think it was, Falcons just being the Falcons again, a dumb pick. Let me know, please. That's why we're here today, to discuss it. You know, we won't be here too long, but we are here to discuss it. So share your opinions, man. I'm going to jump in these comments real quick, see what's going on, and then we're going to get to the best. The C-Dub is in the building. Shout out to C-Dub. Says I need that C-Dub special and a double up on the slits. Malt Liquor Bull. I am here to bang. Shout out to C-Dub. Also, y'all make sure to check out C-Dub as well on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel. Check him out. He covers Georgia sports, of course, Atlanta Falcons. And he had John Chuckery on there very recently, which I think was last week. Put on a phenomenal show. And I had the pleasure to actually watch the show. So check him out. Does a lot of wrestling content as well. So wrestling fans, that's your guy right there. C-Dub, check him out. We got our guy Travis in the building. What's up, Travis? I'm here for the crying cousins. So Travis is here to console y'all. You know, if you need consoling, he's here for you. I got Ray Ellison in here. What's up, Ray? What's going on? What's going on? We got Coach in the building. Shout out to Coach. Also was on the panel with us last night. Appreciate you coming through as usual, Coach. Make sure to check out Coach on YouTube also. Coach said he's almost ready to get his show on the road. And unless he's changed it, he said he's going to be coming from a defensive standpoint. So that's an untapped niche. So I'm looking forward to see what he rolls out for us as well. Keon Velli is in the building. It must be the son or the cousin of the great Machiavelli the Don. Let's read a bell for that. What's up, bro? Question is, why did they get that bomb? Kirk Cousins. So Keon Velli is banging on Kirk Cousins early in the broadcast. Marina in the building. What's going down, Marina? How we doing? What up, Tyler? How do you see our next couple of days going into the draft? Fantastic question. I think they're definitely gonna finally address defense. Finally, expect the cornerback to be drafted here within the next 2 rounds, or tonight, I should say. I think we got 3 picks tonight. Also, pass rusher. So some of y'all come off the ledge. I think they are gonna address pass rusher. Y'all remember, there's 7 rounds to a draft. Just 7 rounds. We got plenty more to go. We got plenty. That's a lot of great talent still out there. A lot of great talent. So defense, to answer your question, cornerback, pass rusher. I wouldn't be surprised if they get another offensive lineman. You never can have too many good offensive linemen. The defensive line is getting up there in age, so don't be surprised that they address the defensive line as well. So we shall see what we're gonna do for the rest of the draft. We got Marlon in the building since Atlanta Bird Gang and fan. What's up? What's up, Marlon? Had to go get me another TV to watch you because I tore up my last TV at home watching the draft, so he banged on his TV. Let's ring the bell for Marlon banging on his own TV, man. Boy, don't do that, man. That's your personal property. Don't be like them Cowboy fans, man. Tearing up your stuff, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Glad you're here. We got Jimmy Hall in the building. That's Jimmy Wayne Hall, my dog. What's up, Jimmy? So what up, though? Sound like you from Detroit saying that. What up, though? Anyone mad must be thinking teams only need one quarterback. And we just got rid of Ritter, and Taylor was cheeks, too. We're not sure what Cousins is going to do. We're not sure what Cousins we're getting. Excuse me. We are not sure what Kirk Cousins we're going to be getting. But sure, Penix at 8 was bad. Best pick. So, sounds like Jimmy liked the pick. Jimmy said, hold your horses. Hold your horses. Let's see what we have here, before we jump out the plane. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Coach says if you listen to the after draft report from Terry Fontenot, which I have not had the opportunity to do yet. You try to do it here sometime this evening or tonight, which I may not be able to do for the rest of the draft, but I'll do it this weekend. My bad. If you listen to the after draft report from Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris, he told you the exact reason they did what they did, and the reasons, same exact thing I have been saying for months. Shout out to you, Coach. I will give Coach his credit, give Coach his flowers. I think we said I think that was mentioned on one of the Waffle Houses, or might have been on the eye test. One of those broadcasts, we all were on the panel. And Coach was like, really the only person coming from that perspective. Hey, man, we picking in the top 8. You better get a quarterback while you can. Like, what are y'all thinking? And we like, nah, Coach, we need a quarterback this year. Coach like, hey, man, I'm telling y'all, this is your most opportune time to get your quarterback. You better get him while you can. You better get it while you can. You're in the top 8. That's prime quarterback position. You better get it while it's on sale for $199. Because next year that thing gonna be $2,000. So you better get that thing while it's on sale now. Don't procrastinate. Coach, you're absolutely right. I'll give you your props because you really was the only person on that panel that was pushing that get your quarterback while you can agenda. So you were right, Coach. You was right. Absolutely right. We got that guy Wolf in the building. What's happening with you, Wolf? Wolf solidified on YouTube. Also, excellent Falcons content creator. If you're not already subscribed to Wolf, make sure to show my dog some love. Run up the subs, run up the likes, and run up the shares. What's going on with you, Wolf? Says Tyler, what's up, my boy? Hey, man, I'm chilling like a villain, man. Just enjoying the Friday vibes. Getting ready for the rest of the draft tonight. I definitely enjoyed the draft, as I'm sure all of you watching does as well. Marlon also said, I'm trying to be optimistic. Maybe they're going in free agency to upgrade the defense. I think they're gonna spend the majority of what's left on the draft on defense as well. But keep in mind also, Marlon, because I think sometimes subconsciously, we are programmed as Falcons fans to always say we need defense in the draft. And that's because notoriously in the past, our defense has been so bad. And the offense has either been elite, very good, or good. Offense in the most recent past, going back about 15 years, generally has not been the problem with the Falcons. Most times it not has been the defense. But last year the defense was, top 11. A lot of key pieces of that defense will be returning. Big dog Jesse Bates back in the building. Grady will be back from injury. And I've been watching Grady Instagram. Man, Grady been in that gym, boy. Grady must took that injury personal, boy. Grady looked like he's in excellent shape. Oh, Grady coming back. Yamada coming back. Big Nate Dogg coming back. Kane Ellis, he'll be back. Troy Anderson will be back from injury. So we got a few pieces on defense that we need to address. We're not sure yet whether or not Calais Campbell will be back, but so we're not sure we're gonna do there. But I'm gonna say this, man. Arna Abakata told me to tell y'all, hey man, stop acting like he don't exist. Arna said, y'all must have seen me come on strong last year. So hey, AK coming back. Big Zach Harrison look like he might be a problem too now. So we'll see. We're gonna see. We'll see what we do. IQ in the building. What's up, IQ? So I'm still hungover from drinking a second bottle of wine after hearing the pick. Let's ring the bell for that. Ring the bell for my dog getting toe up. Watching these Falcons getting toe up. Now, being a lifelong Falcons fan, I'm here to tell you now, that's one thing the Falcons will drive you to: alcohol and or narcotics. Should I say that? I probably shouldn't say that. I think because it sounds like I'm advocating that. But let's be honest, man. As Falcons fans, boy, they will put you on something to cope. You need some coping mechanisms. Mess with these birds. My dog said, man, I got toe up watching this team draft, man. Hey, but shout out to y'all. Q. Appreciate you coming through. We got my dog in the building. What's up, Dom? Says my dog title, what's going on, bro? Hope all is fantastic, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming through. We got Rose checking in from X from Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. Let me get a follow back, brother. I got you, man. I definitely got you. I don't got my Twitter pulled up, but if you just I guess this comment should show up in my on my profile. But I got you with the follow back, man. I give you my word. I'm definitely gonna do it. We also got DJ Gaming in the building. What's up, DJ? So the thing we picked Penix because of our possible tampering punishment coming. I think that's why it caught everyone, even Kirk, by surprise, because the front office knows what's about to happen. We don't. Bam. You might be right. I'm thinking that the tampering. I'm thinking. It's just my opinion. I definitely could be wrong. Probably am wrong, but I'm thinking, man. At most, 2 picks at most. 3rd rounder, 6th rounder, something of that nature. I wouldn't think the Falcons were just so egregious where they just tampered to the part where it was just flagrantly blatant to the point where the NFL said, we want that 1st round draft pick in 2025. Y'all got to come off that. So I'm thinking and I'm hoping, maybe more that is hoping that it's just going to be like a 3rd, 4th rounder and a 6th and 7th rounder. That's what I'm hoping. Lisa Shepard in the building. What's going on, Lisa? How you doing? Make sure to check out Lisa also on Blogging Dirty. She does some excellent writing content for Blogging Dirty. She also was in Detroit. What up, though? Detroit for the NFL draft. I saw her pictures on her social media. Looked like you had a great time. Lisa, appreciate you coming through as usual. DJ Gamer said, I don't agree with the pick, but Kirk not lasting more than 3 seasons. We said that from the jump, but us possibly not having the picks in the future. They said, bump it, let's get them. Yeah, I think 2 years at most we're going to have Kirk Cousins, unless that comes with a Super Bowl. Now, if you get a Super Bowl, Kirk, you can stay here. Long as you can stay here throughout that contract, big dog. And Michael Penix is going to have to be patient. Because, you win a Super Bowl, all bets are off. You win a Super Bowl, man, we will pay the rest of those 2 years on that cut. You win a Super Bowl for the Falcons, bro. Hey, we're going to give you that whole 180. Give you that whole 180. We also got another super chat from Greg. He says, thank you, Tyler, for showing my work. No, man, thank you. Man, appreciate you looking out for me, man, with the cups and shoes, man. I love them, bro. I absolutely love them. And I think I'm gonna get me some more once the season starts, also, man. But yeah, man, y'all check out Greg from Greg Custom Kits. Like I say, man, he can customize your shoes in any way you want them. They're gonna be a one of one. Just let them know, hey, I want some Falcon shoes, I want some Braves shoes, I want some Minnesota Timberwolves shoes with Boston Red Sox, whatever you want. He gonna work that magic from there. Shout out to you, Greg. I got my nephew in the building, Kyrie Lee in the building. What's going on, Kyrie? What's happening, bro? Appreciate you coming through. X is Heat. Yeah, appreciate that, man. We got our dog also Millie Mills in the building. Says, what's up with it? What's up, Millie? How we doing? What's going on? Kyrie says, I'm just mad we ain't getting Dion. Shout out to Shador Sanders. I think Dion is probably more disappointed than anybody because he has been campaigning hard for Shador Sanders to be in Atlanta. Obviously, that's not gonna happen with us getting Michael Penix. That's definitely not gonna happen. I got AT Joy the Faithful is in the building also. What's up, bro? Make sure to check him out on YouTube as well. Another excellent Falcons content creator, does some fantastic work. Appreciate you coming through, showing some love. Make sure to check him out on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed to his channel, subscribe to the channel. Run up the comments, run up the shares, run up the likes as well. The King in the building. What's up, King? Let's put it in perspective. We got a guy who threw for 4,900 in 2023 and 46 hundo in 2022. If Cousins gets hurt and Penix isn't there, our backup is Heineke. Enough said. I like that. I do like that. That's a great perspective. Very great perspective. We got Winston in the building. Speaking of the eye test, there go Winston. Let's ring the bell for Winston coming through. Again, y'all make sure y'all check out the eye test on YouTube as well. Show them the same type of love you show me and all Falcons content creators. Run up the likes, run up the comments, run up the shares. Says, what's going on, Buck and chat? Smash the like button. Please do smash that like button for your dog. But every defensive player available to us, we doubled down on quarterback. Shaking my head. Love Penix, but this was a terrible pick for the team right now. So Winston is not satisfied with the pick. And that's what I want to hear. I want to hear everybody's opinion. Whether you like the pick, you dislike the pick, you're not sure about the pick. Whatever your opinion is, I want to hear it. We're going to discuss it. We're going to chop it up. And I'm about to share with y'all my personal opinion on it as well. Just want to go through these comments real quick. Marlon says, Dave, oh, appreciate it, bro. Man, I love him, bro. I love him. I'm not sure I want to wear him, though. That's why I keep saying I'm probably going to get me another pair once football season started. That'll probably be the pair that I'll wear out, wear to the games or whatever. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to put these in a case and just, broadcast them because I really don't want to wear them. Because like me, I'm rough on shoes. Even when I try not to be rough on shoes, I'm rough on shoes. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these in the case and just get me some that I can, wear on more of a casual basis. ATL Joy the Favor says, I was shocked, but I'm down with it. Now let's build a team without worrying about quarterback play. Key comment. Very key comment. And we're going to actually tap into that also. I love that comment, man. I really do. Without worrying about quarterback play. Very key comment. Reflect the Sun. What's up? Because I watch every game at Washington at least 2 times. So you are expert. They got it right. Penix is a major difference maker. I like it. I love it. And that's somebody that says, hey, man, I watched every game twice. He probably said, y'all some SEC boys down here. Y'all ain't probably paying no attention to Washington until the playoffs start. But I'm watching these games. He a difference maker, Love it. Coach also says, Fontenot and Raheem Morris told you in the after draft interview what exactly they were thinking. I still haven't seen it, man. I got to go catch up. And see exactly what they said. Marshall Watkins in the middle. What's up, Marshall? How we doing? How you feeling? Says, what's up, fam? I'm happy with the pick. So she likes the pick. She loving the pick. So far, it's been mixed emotions, in the chat. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. But again, let me know how y'all feeling. And let's talk about it. I want everybody's honest opinion on it. Kyrie says, Peyton Wilson and Flake from FSU. So I think that's who he wants the remaining part of the draft starting tonight and throughout the weekend. King 83 says it doesn't matter how much Cousin makes. If he's on the sidelines, he's worth it. That's worthless. That's very, very true can't contribute if you just got that baseball cap on. 3 dirty in the middle. What's up, 3? I wish we'd have traded back. Number 8 was that trap pick for us. I don't know if I know the Falcons talked about trading back. I don't know how active they were in actually trying to trade back. I know there have been reports that have surfaced saying they tried to trade back in the first round. But my personal guess, my personal opinion, I think Penix was their guy, and they were very confident in taking their guy, unless they got like a trade offer, a trade package that they absolutely couldn't refuse. I think they were pretty confident in taking who they got. Millie says they're thinking Kirk got 2 years, maybe 3. And if we done with Buddy, all we need from Kirk is to get us back on the winning side of things and use those weapons before we pay them. So we know what we really got. Yeah, and I think that's the plan too. Personally, like I say, like I said a moment ago, excuse me. Unless it comes with a Super Bowl, man, I don't see Kirk Cousins being here for the 3rd and 4th year of the contract. And that's not saying anything bad about Kirk, but I'm just looking at the contract structure. I know on paper it says 4 years, but in reality, it's really a 2-year deal. When you consider the guaranteed money, I think 90 million of it is guaranteed for the first 2 years. The 3rd year has a $10 million guarantee, which in football terms for quarterback money, 10 years is nothing. I mean, that's nothing. That's like a pebble on the beach when you talk football money. C-Dub says, well, leadership screwed up the draft. So C-Dub says, C-Dub seems to not like the draft pick. So that's another person that's not satisfied with the draft pick based on my assumptions. And again, like, let me know exactly how y'all are feeling. Because I'm telling you, like, you know, the social media that I've been on since the draft, like Twitter, Facebook, and a little bit of Instagram. I got to get back more active on Instagram. But it's just been a whirlwind of opinions. You got people like Mike Bell who has been slamming the pick. Seen Mark Zeno, who used to be on 92.9. He's been slamming the pick. Then you got guys like Ovid Mahaley, former Falcons fullback. He loves to pick. Robert Griffin III, he loves to pick. John Abraham, who has made appearances on Smitty's show numerous times, he loves to pick. So it's just really what, you know. And, you know, I try to watch Nightcap whenever I can, which is Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco's show. And they were split. That was the lead story on Nightcap. And like I say, the NBA playoffs are going on, but they led off with the Falcons. I was like, oh, look at us making big time. But they were split on the pick too. Ochocinco loved the pick. Shannon Sharp didn't like the pick really much at all. He was echoing the sentiment of a lot of people that said, well, you just gave Kirk Cousins this big contract. Why are you drafting Penix at 8? You know, so he didn't really care much for the pick also. Marcus Stone in the building. What's up, Marcus? Says, I like the pick. We have to understand that we had to get a quarterback out of this draft because of the tampering violation being imposed next season. And that's another comment about tampering. You know, I think we all know that we're probably going to get banned. We're probably going to get some kind of consequence for it. Again, I'm hoping it's a mid to late round pick or maybe a combination of those two. A first or second pick, that means the NFL saw something that they feel like we did, and they were not pleased with it. They feel like it was egregious enough. If it happens, they feel that it was egregious enough to take a first and second round pick, which I'm hoping isn't going to be the case. But that's a very fair point, Marcus. You know, if we do lose early draft picks next year, it really is going to limit what we can do in the NFL draft from that standpoint. We got our dog Demetrius in the middle. What's up, Demetrius, bro? Appreciate you always coming through, showing a bunch of love. How's it going? Who else we got on here as well? Demetrius is banging on the TV as well. Yeah, man. I told him, man, don't be messing up your TV, man. You know, don't let these fouls get your blood pressure up. Easier said than done because they get me every year. They get me out, man. They be having me in my emotions every year, man. Every year. C-Dub says, we better win. If not, Terry going to be unemployed. That's a great point. I've expressed that opinion also on multiple occasions, defending the Kirk Cousins signing. because a lot of people didn't like the Kirk Cousins sign, and a lot of people didn't like the draft pick. But I really strongly feel like Terry was at a point where his back is against the wall. And I know y'all are tired of me saying this, but Terry is a new general manager. He don't have many accomplishments on his resume as a general manager. So when he went to free agency this year, he had to get a quarterback that he was confident that could come in and win games. I'm not talking about a Desmond Ridder guy that you got to try to develop. And he ain't used to playing. He got a lot of kinks he got to worry about. He had to get a quarterback that he know, hey, man, this guy can come in and win 10 games. This guy can come in and get us in the playoffs with the team that I've already assembled that's already here in Atlanta. With a Bijan, with a Drake London, with a Kyle Pitts, with a Chris Lindstrom, with a Jesse Bates. I need a guy that can take this team that already got a Grady Jarrett and win 10, 11, 12 games. I can't afford 7 and 10 again. I can't afford 6 and 11. I might not even can afford 8 and 9. I got to win. So, yeah, Terry's back. I feel like Terry's back was against the wall. Here's Kirk Cousins again. $100 million guaranteed, Millie says everybody wanted Penix around week 6 this year. Now we got him, and MF is crying about it. Make says, hey, man, how the Falcons fan base are, bro. That's just how we do, bro. It don't matter who we would have drafted, man. I've become accustomed to that. It don't matter who we would have drafted. And I'm definitely including myself in this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Some of you who have watched enough of the content that I make, y'all know I was not happy with the Bijan pick. I wasn't happy at all about that. And some people love the pick, but that's to paint a better picture of what Millie is saying right here. There's always decision and debate and argument about Falcons and their draft picks. I felt like a quarterback at 8 was way too rich for our blood last year, especially with Tyler Algier setting rookie rushing record. I'm like, why are we taking out a running back at 8? I'm like, what are we doing? It was nothing against Bijan, because trust me, I was watching Bijan. I knew he was a phenomenal talent, phenomenal, but it was the running back position for me. I didn't like the Kyle Pitts pick. I still ain't really warmed up to that pick yet. So, but that's how it is. And some people love the Kyle Pitts pick. Some people hated the Drake London pick. Some people love the Drake London pick. So it's just a normal day in Falcons fan land. That's what happens here. ATL Jordan Faith says, I think we would have traded back, but no one was given good offers, thinking we wouldn't take Penix. We just called it bluff. Definitely called it bluff if that was the case. And also y'all remember Falcons had that private workout with Michael Penix. And I remember when it happened. Some of the talk and some of the narrative was, it's a smoke screen. I remember a lot of people say it's a smoke screen. They're just trying to drive their trade price up. It's a smoke screen. They're not taking Penix. But they sent all the big wigs. Arthur Blank put all them big wigs on their private Home Depot jet. They went out. They all drove to Hartsfield International, and all of the big wigs, they private workout. Terry went. Raheem Morris went. So that was really the most obvious sign that, like, look, we serious about this guy. And if we leave this private workout, and we still impressed by what we see at this private workout, oh, y'all better get ready in about two more weeks. Because, boy, we about to shock the world. And they definitely shocked the world. They shocked the football world. We have been headline news on all these shows. I even seen y'all boy Skip Bayless. He tweeted like a long paragraph out about the Michael Penix pick. Now, Skip Bayless liked the pick. Take that for what it's worth. It is Skip Bayless, but he liked the pick. Skip loved the pick. Like I said, I just seen like so many different people saying different things about the pick. It's just all based on what you want to buy into, really, or what your narrative is on the pick. C-Dub says Terry is on shaky ground. Definitely got to get a win this season this year. Got to get a win this season. RUA in the building. What's up, RUA? How we doing, bro? What's popping? Says, what's up, Toddy? I'm not a fan of it. Capital letters. Banging on the pick. Many things play into it, but mainly we are in win now mode. And we basically went and wasted a pick for a guy you don't expect to be on the field for 3 years. That's a fair perspective. Fair perspective. Because we all know it with the money Kurt is making. Kurt is pretty much playing these first 2 years at least, unless he gets hurt or unless he just falls off a cliff in regards to him playing. You know, if he hits that Matt Ryan 2021, 2022, yeah, they'll probably put him on the bench at that point. But otherwise, if he's the same Kirk Cousins he's been these last 2 or 3 years, man, he's playing these next 2 years. He's playing. You don't give a guy $100 million to put him on the bench. Guarantee you just don't do that. Lewis in the building. Lewis Guerrero. What's up, Lewis? Says the Falcons thinking about drafting Michael Penix Jr. Draft picks are about future outcomes. Nobody knows how the player will excel. It's up to the players to establish themselves to the coach's plan. That's an excellent point. Excellent point. So if I'm reading his comment correctly, it's like, hey man, we gotta let it play out. We gotta let it play out. You know, we can have these opinions right now, but look, we gotta let this thing play out. We won't know until he gets on that field. C-Dub says, so when we lose games because we can't sack the quarterback or get any interceptions, just look over the bench and go, everything is awesome. Hopefully that won't be the case. How many sacks we had last year? 42. So that for us, maybe not for all NFL teams, but for the Falcons, that was great in regards to our sack total. So if we can stay on that pace, or it would be better if we improve our sack number this coming season. And you got a defensive minded guy in Raheem Morris, so I'm sure he's confident in his abilities to get the most out of the defense. In terms of interceptions, I'm not sure what our team total was. I know Jesse Bates was at the top of the list in interceptions, or near the top of the list, I guess I should say. We do need – I would love for us to get more sacks this year. We definitely need more interceptions. So hopefully A.J. Terrell, can break his 2-year drought of interceptions, and I would love to see him get 3, 4, 5 interceptions. I'm really not sure who's going to be playing on the other side of A.J. Terrell in terms of the start. I wish I knew. But we shall see. We definitely shall see. RJ Falcon in the building. What's up, RJ? This is what's up, Big Homie Tidy. I'm chilling, bro. Enjoying this Friday, man. Hope all is going well with you. Appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you. Travis is like Michael Irvin said on Undisputed this morning. QB is a premium. QB-driven league. Kurt isn't getting any younger, and Blank doesn't want the same SHIT show that happened when Matt left. I can definitely understand that. And that's a great point, man. That's a great point. Because when Matt left, there was no succession plan for Matt Ryan. And as Matt got older, his last 2 years in the league were definitely not his best years, and that was obvious. And we suffered because of that. We suffered the final year. He didn't play here his last year, but we suffered the final year. We had no succession plan. So, when we didn't obtain Deshaun Watson and Matt Ryan ended up getting traded, now you got Marcus Mariota in the building. Then they draft Desmond Ridder in the 3rd round, and he's forced to start. He obviously wasn't ready for prime time. He wasn't ready for the big lights. So now we're just running around scatterbrained. Arthur Smith's last year, scatterbrain. You start off with Ridder the starter, you pull him, bring in Heineke, and a lot of us thought Heineke would be a major improvement over Ridder, which he wasn't. It was pretty much the same kind of production, the same type of mistakes. He wasn't, so you bring Ridder back on, bring him back into the starting role, you sit him down. Like you can't have that and be a good NFL team. Or a great NFL team. You can't have that carousel of mid quarterbacks or bad quarterback play in your quarterback room and expect be a good NFL team. And it's such a shame that we went through that last year because the defense played good football. Defense played good football last year. The defense was playoff ready. It was the offense that was the problem. It's the quarterback play that was the problem. And that's one of the main things that, as I'm sure y'all remember, Raheem Morris said when he got the job in one of his press conferences, like, look, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, look, if y'all had better quarterback play, I'm not sitting here making this speech right now. I'm probably still I'm probably still with the Rams if y'all had good quarterback play, but you didn't. So you got to have good quarterback in today's NFL. You got to have good quarterback play. See who else we got here. Carlo in the building. What's up, Carlo? So if I'm not mistaken, didn't we have one of the best red zone presences on defense until we couldn't score? You probably are right. I do recall our defense was pretty good in the red zone, so you probably are correct on that. I have not looked at the stats, but I'm definitely gonna take your word for it. But y'all keep the comments coming, please. Keep the comments coming. We got a super chat here. This is coming from Reflect the Sun. Let's ring the bell for Reflect the Sun, showing some love. Sending that $10 super chat, which I definitely thank you for. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much for the support. Definitely appreciate that. Says thanks for the stream. Seahawks fan here. Oh, shout out to Seattle Seahawks. Y'all, we got a Seahawks fan in the building. A fellow bird, got a fellow bird in the building. So shout out to the Seahawks. Best of luck to your Seahawks this year also as well. Seahawks fan here from Washington, but I'm rooting for the Falcons also now that you have Penix Jr. Okay, welcome to the flock. Welcome to the Bird Gang. Welcome to the Bird Gang. Speaking of Seattle, I'm glad you made that comment. Speaking of Seattle, Reflect the Sun. There were reports, and now we're about to dig deep into the conversation now. There were reports, multiple reports from insiders, Colin Cowherd being one of them. Now, Cowherd, whether you like or dislike Cowherd, up you. I'm not here to convince you one way or the other. But I will say this. Colin is pretty credible. He's very high up on the food chain when it comes to sports reporting. So he's pretty credible. I'm not saying that he's been 1,000%. Nobody been 1,000%. Ian Rappaport ain't even been 1,000%. Adam Schefter, But anyway, the point I was making is there were multiple reports that there were 3 teams last night trying to get into the top 10 to draft Michael Penix Jr. Those team was Reflect the Sun's team, the Seahawks, the Raiders, and the baghead New Orleans Aints. Let's ring the bell for the New Orleans not being able to get in the top 10 last night. Anytime New Orleans don't get their way, we can celebrate that. We ain't got no beef with the Seahawks. Got no beef with the Raiders. But anytime New Orleans don't get their way, we celebrate. But anyway, those 3 teams were trying to get in the top 10 to draft Michael Penix Jr. I'm sure they called the Falcons. We hung up the phone on New Orleans. Like, man, don't call us no more. We ain't finna trade with y'all. But anyway, and I'm sure the Falcons was like, hey, man, we appreciate the offer, but this is, we're going to go ahead and go and draft at number 8. We're going to stay here. So when those reports came out, and it came from multiple people, a lot of the big dogs, like I said, Colin Cowherd, a lot of the big dogs. I think even Michael Rothstein reported it too. But anyway, that let me know that a lot of these NFL GMs, head coaches, assistant coaches, talent evaluators, they thought very, very highly of Michael Penix Jr. There were even people saying if he didn't have the injury history, he would have been a top 5 pick. And I know there have been a narrative that's saying, well, Falcons, you could have traded back and got him. You didn't have to pick him at 8. You could have traded back in the draft and got him. But we are seeing now that that was not going to be the case. I think 6 quarterbacks went in with the top 12, y'all. Was it 6 quarterbacks in the top 12? Like the year we drafted Drake London and wide receivers just start coming off the board. We seen that last night at the quarterback position. So the perspective that we could have traded back and still got Penix, nah. And we saw that last night when all the quarterbacks went off the board. So I think we can kind of stop with the narrative that he would have been there later in the draft. That was not going to happen. Definitely wasn't going to be there in the second round, like some people thought would have been the case. Now, let me give y'all my personal opinion. Those of you who have watched long enough, y'all know I'm never shy about giving the Falcons what I feel valid constructive criticism on their decision making. You know, never shy about doing that. Probably never will be shy about doing that. So I'm not coming here. I'm not giving y'all my personal opinion. It's just some super biased fanboy who can't be objective. That's not going to be what this is. I feel like it was a great pick. Was I somewhat surprised? Yeah, a little. Was I totally surprised? Not at all. Because again, you got the private workout with all the big wigs in attendance. And then if you listen to Terry Fontenot for like these last, 6 to 8 weeks, he has consistently said, we are definitely going to add another quarterback to the quarterback room. Terry Fontenot has been telling everybody who would listen that, yeah, we're going to add another quarterback. Now, most of us, we assume, well, he's going to add another third, fourth rounder, probably Spencer Rattler, somebody to fill out the quarterback room and fight for the backup position with Heineke. Terry never said what round it was going to be, but he said, yeah, we're going to add another quarterback, which they did last night. I think it was a great pick. For a variety of reasons. Kirk Cousins is almost, 36? And again, he's only here on a 2-year deal in regards to guaranteed money. I know it says 4 on paper, but in reality, it's only 2. And again, I keep repeating this, but unless the Super Bowl comes here, I don't see Kirk being here past 2 years. And a big reason of that, because these first 2 years of his contract, they're manageable in terms of salary cap hits. I think this year is I think it's $25 million. I think next year is $40 million. After year 2, that cap hit shoots up all the way to almost $60 million. It's actually 57, I believe. So it shoots up to $57 million. So by design, Fontenot constructed this contract to be a 2-year deal, but it's 4 years on paper. The Falcons are not trying to pay a $57 million cap hit for a 38-year-old quarterback. They're not trying to do that. I don't expect them to do that. Again, if we win the Super Bowl, all bets are off. Kirk, you win us a Super Bowl, hey, buddy, you can stay here for 4 years. I'm good with it, bro. You got us a Lombardi finally. You win a Super Bowl, hey, man, y'all let that man finish his career in Atlanta. Yeah, pay him the rest of that money. But realistically speaking, 2-year deal, 36-year-old quarterback. We were going to have to get a quarterback very, 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 very soon. And this is going back to what Coach said earlier in the chat. You sitting here at 8 already. You better buy that car while it's on sale. While you got the money in the bank to buy the car, you better go ahead and get that car. Because if you come back 6 months from now, man, that price may be inflated by $3, $4, $5 grand. So you're already in prime position to get your quarterback of the future, and you already know you got an older quarterback who's only here on a 2-year deal. Now, I want to ask you guys, give me some input. If we didn't take Penix here at 8, when would have been the opportune time to get your quarterback of the future? When would have been a more opportune time to get your quarterback? Because you're already in prime position to get him. And the good thing about us getting him at this year, we didn't have to trade up. We didn't lose no draft picks in return having to trade up. We didn't have to do a Julio Jones move. We didn't have to do a Michael Vick move. We didn't lose no draft picks but the draft pick we already had on the draft board at 8. We didn't lose no other picks. And we're gonna have to get another quarterback. Y'all, Taylor Heinicke is not the quarterback of the future. We know that. He barely stayed on the roster. He had to take a pay cut to stay on the team. He's not the quarterback of the future. So I ask people, and please interact with me here. People who are strongly against the pick, and I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. But when was the most opportune time to get your franchise quarterback? When was the most opportune time? Now you got Michael Penix here. He can sit for 2 years and learn from a veteran quarterback who is proven to be a good quarterback. Some people say he's a very good quarterback when healthy. Kirk Cousins was probably the leading candidate for the MVP before he got hurt last year. Kirk's last 4 or 5 years, Kirk Cousins has been balling. So now you can sit and stash your rookie for 2 years. Hey, Rook, sit back, learn, ask questions, get Gatorade, show up to the meetings early. You ain't earned then when you can be 5-10 minutes late. No, you need to be in the meeting 30 minutes early. Buy donuts, rookie. Yeah, you gonna have to go. Yeah, that steak dinner. As soon as you sign that contract, homeboy, we about to hit you for about $10K. You gotta take the whole offense to a steak dinner, and them offensive linemen, boy, they gonna hit you up. Them big boys, they gonna Chris Listrom and McGarry, they gonna order 2 steaks, 2 big ribeyes, filet mignon. But they about to, you gonna spend about 10 million. I mean, excuse me, 10,000. So just sit down, Ricky, and learn. Just, learn. You ain't a big dog in the locker room yet, so just sit back, learn, and develop. That's your job for the next 2 years. Sit back, learn, develop, Ricky. Ask questions. Bring donuts. When we want to, order some food, you got to get the tab. That's your job for the next 2 years. So what is wrong with that process? And I will ask again, when would have been a better time to get a quarterback? Y'all want to go through that Desmond Ridder thing again? Y'all want to do that Marcus Mariota thing again? And it does make you appreciate Matt Ryan even more. And I know he was super compelling, and I'm not here to do no Matt Ryan arguments or debates. But them prime Matt Ryan years, oh yeah, you can appreciate it a lot more now. Because as we saw post Matt Ryan and Matt's declining years, hey man, them franchise quarterbacks, they're not easy to acquire. So when would have been the perfect time to get that quarterback of the future? Do you say, well, just wait the next year's draft? If you say wait the next year's draft, the Falcons, even people who don't like us, I think most people can look at this Falcons team now and say, look, if Kirk Cousins is healthy, hey, them boys are probably going to finally get back in the playoffs. Even Las Vegas, the odds makers, who hardly ever predict we're going to have winning season. I don't know when the last time the odds makers said we're going to have a winning season. I think it was 2017. The odds makers were saying, well, yeah, boy, the Falcons, they're going to win like 10 games this year, 10, 11 games. After the draft is over, we may get bumped to 11.5 games. But right now, Vegas is saying the Falcons are a playoff team. Right now, today, The draft has not even been finished yet, but Vegas is saying the Falcons are a playoff team. So hypothetically speaking, if we live up to these expectations and we make the playoffs, that means next year's draft, 2025, if the NFL will take our first round pick, y'all better not go there. But let's say the Falcons do make the playoffs, right? We make a nice, good regular season, nice playoff run. We mess around and win a playoff game. God darn it. We Falcons mess around and win a playoff game. Now you're drafting in the 20s. You're drafting in the mid-20s now. What quarterback are you getting in next year's draft in the mid-20s? I know some people say, well, man, hey, bro, if we can't draft one, get one in free agency. Y'all know how hard it is to get a good quality quarterback in free agency? You know how difficult that is? Good quality quarterbacks hardly ever hit free agency. That's why you had to pay Kirk Cousins $100 million. If we didn't pay it, somebody's going to give it to him. So that's why you do get a 35, 36-year-old Kirk Cousins in free agency. Those 27, 28, 29-year-old good, great quarterbacks, man, they just don't come available in free agency. Y'all know that. Y'all know good quarterbacks don't hit the free agency market. You know, or you have a anomaly type situations like a Deshaun Watson where things are going on and okay, you got to get traded from Houston. You got to get out of here, bro. It's a lot of mud in your name. You need a fresh start. We need a fresh start. But even then, the team that traded for him gave him a record-setting contract. And you sold your farm. You sold the farm to get him. So acquiring a good quarterback who's already proven, like, bro, you damn near have a better chance of winning cash 3, winning the lottery. So when was the best time to draft a quarterback? That's something I want to know. Dom's exactly thought he was not going to be there. Done told folks that he wasn't gonna be there. He wasn't gonna be there. You could watch the draft last night and saw okay, quarterbacks ran off the board. They ran off the board. He wasn't gonna be there. Slim Dollar in the building. What's up, Slim? So I feel like this was the smartest pick since the Julio Jones trade. Keyword smartest. I love the pick. I love the pick too. And that's why I'm asking Slim, like, when would have been a better chance for us to get a quarterback? Because y'all know what we did in 2021. Well, some of us, I shouldn't say we. I know what some of us did in 2021. With the 4th pick of the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, what the F? Man, Falcons so stupid. They should have took a quarterback. You right there at 4. Boy, the Falcons stupid. 2022 draft. With the 8th pick of the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Drake London. You picking 8. You need Falcons so stupid. You could have got a quarterback. You sit right there at 8. Boy, this team done. I'm done with the Falcons. 2023 draft. With the 8th pick of the NFL draft, Falcons select Bijan Rock. Bijan, boy, you need a quarterback, man. You know that. Jalen Carter. Now, in the 2024 draft, the Falcons select quarterback Michael Penix. Michael Penix joined with you could have got. When do you get the quarterback? Because 3 years before, a lot of us complained that we didn't get a quarterback in the top 8. But now we are still in the top 8 this year. We finally do get the quarterback, and people still are complaining. So that's a question that I really want to entertain with anybody. Like, when would have been the opportune time to get the quarterback? Mark Chain in the building. What's going on, Mark? How's it been going, brother? Says, rewatch your Waffle House title, Belichick to the Falcons. Me and John were the only ones pulling for Penix. I do remember that. I do remember that show. And I think even at that point in time, I wasn't really on a Penix bandwagon at that point in time. I knew he was a talented player, but I think at that point in time, I wasn't even on a Penix bandwagon. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I watched Penix play these last 2 years. I didn't watch him thoroughly. Now I'm not sitting here and just play like I watched a lot of Washington games like that. But I knew he was talented. The injuries were really my main concern with Penix. There was something in it. It's odd the things that'll change your mind. I'm glad you made that comment, Mark. It was the combine. And I know you probably people think combine, like, man, ain't nobody playing defense. You just throwing the ball. You can get your old ass out there and throw a football, and people say, oh, he got an arm. It wasn't the combine, but it was at the combine. It was actually when they showed, and I'm sure some of y'all seen this clip, but they showed him throwing in the lobby of the combine. And I was able to just watch a close-up of his delivery and the zip and the velocity that he puts on that ball. And he did it so effortlessly, like it was just natural. And I was looking at him throwing in that lobby. I was like, oh, damn. This boy got an arm and he got the form. I mean, like I said, I knew he was talented. But when I seen that clip, and it was a short clip, he was in the lobby just looked like old John Smokes. Boy, y'all remember Smokes had that heat coming back in them Braves days? I'm looking at Penix, I'm like, oh, damn. In fact, let me show y'all. Let's look at this together. Let's look at this. It's not a long clip, but let's look at this together. This is what really put me on the Penix bandwagon. Him throwing in the lobby. Look at that, boy. Look at that drop back. Set your feet. Look at that. Effortlessly. Like, bro, I can do this with my eyes closed. This is what put me on the bandwagon, y'all. And I was saying to myself, I didn't really campaign for it because I didn't think the Falcons was going to do it at this point. But when I was watching this clip here, I'm like, boy, this dude got an arm on him, man. I already knew he had an arm, but I don't know. It's just something odd about that clip that just like, bro, hey, if they get Penix, I'm in. I'm definitely in. Kenneth, what's up, Kenneth? Says the entire year either lying or just making up fairy tales when we needed defense and specifically an edge rusher. The last thing we needed was another failure injury-prone quarterback or maybe another running back. What part of my line about? I mean, bring me up to speed because I probably read your comment after I spoke or said something. Like, what part of that did I lie about? Yeah, we need an edge rusher, but there's like we got 7 or 8 more picks. You know, the draft didn't stop yesterday. They're gonna still do the draft tonight, whatever time the draft starts. I guess about 8 o'clock. They're gonna do the draft. They're gonna finish the second and third round tonight. The NFL said, "Look, Falcons, we're not gonna bam y'all. If we bam y'all from tampering, we ain't taking no picks this year. Y'all spend all y'all picks, so we still can go get an edge rusher. You know, we still can go get some cornerback help." So Kenneth, like, please tell me what part of my I lying about, you know, and keep in mind an opinion on something that can't be substantiated as a fact. An opinion on something that cannot be substantiated as a fact. An opinion on something that you can't substantiate as a fact doesn't mean a person is lying. It just means this is my opinion. So let me know what you mean. We got our fellow Who Dad in the building, you know, our fellow Who Dad in the building. Pelicans know you. What's up, man? Says I like y'all pick. Who Dad? Okay. Let's ring the bell for him. See, I don't know if Pelicans, because he is a Saints fan. A bad kid ain't. I don't know if he being sincere or if he trolling, because he'll come here and he'll troll the hell out of me sometime. So I don't know if he being sincere or you troll. Pelicans, are you being sincere or are you trolling? Because you know you like to come here and troll. So is that a sincere, like, hey, man, I don't like your team, but I'll tip my cap. That's a good pick. Or are you saying y'all messed up? We about to run the table on y'all. So let me know. Pimp Mode Corleone. I like that name, man. Sound like a rapper. Says, I'm glad we ain't let the Saints get him and let them come back to hunt us for that. Let's ring the bell for that, man. And you commented that right under the Saints fan. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for that. Dom says we would have passed. We would pass on him again if we didn't take him. A whole draft going to sit and wait. Then on top of that, you draft one late. Did y'all not see what happened when they tried that with Dez? We felt, yeah. Hey, man, that's a big point that I have too. Like, hey, man, we tried the third round quarterback thing, and this new era of NFL, man. If you go look at the numbers, man, the success rate of quarterbacks is so much higher in the first round than the rest of the rounds. And I'm not saying that you don't have guys in the third round or later rounds that slip through the cracks, but the probability is so much higher in the first round. You got your Brock Purdy's out there, you had your Tom Brady's out there, but that's not the norm. That doesn't happen that hardly ever happens. If you go look at if you pull the list of like the top 10 quarterbacks in the league today, and I haven't even looked at this, but I'm gonna guess at least 80% of these guys are first round picks. That's my guess, and I'm hoping our first rounder ends up being a stud. We got a super chat coming in from Coach Corner. Coach says, check my last two comments to see quote from Raheem Morris. Let me see if I can scroll up the kitchen. And also, Coach, thank you for the super chat as well. And y'all make sure to check out Coach here on YouTube. Also, we're all patiently waiting for him to start his YouTube channel as well. What were the last two comments, Coach? You might have to retype them for me if you don't mind, bro. If you don't mind, just repeat them for me again because there's a lot of comments for me to scroll up. So just retype those for me if you don't mind. I definitely would appreciate that. I'm still trying to find it right now, which I don't see. Yeah, retype it for me if you don't mind, Coach. Driller checking in says, what's up, Todd? I'm saying it worked for the Packers. Hey, hashtag, why not us? Why not us? Why not us? It's worked for a lot of teams. It worked for, like you said, the Packers. Jordan Love looks like he's going to be good. It worked good for Aaron Rodgers. It worked good for Patrick Mahomes. It worked good for Steve Young, Joe Montana. A lot of guys who sat down for at least a year or more, they turned out to be pretty good in the NFL. Pretty good. Let's see what else we got here. What's up, Javinci? Says, all eyes going to be on us this preseason to see Penix play. The whole world going to be watching. Let's get it. Yeah, and that's another thing too, man. We're going to see a lot of Penix in these preseason games for these next 2 years. He's going to get a lot of snaps, which is great, which is absolutely great because I'm sure Kirk Cousins ain't finna be doing no preseason coming off that Achilles injury. I seriously doubt we'll see him. But that gives Michael Penix a chance to get reps, snaps. Repetition, start building up muscle memory, real live NFL action. You know what I mean? Because you practice in one speed and then you play in a different speed. Regular season action is way faster than practice action. He won't be playing against first team defenses, but that's the next step of elevation. First team defense, they playing a lot faster than the preseason defense will. But he needs the snaps. He needs that repetition. He needs time to season and develop. So we're going to see a lot of him in these preseason games. Pelicans says the Aints have eight picks left in the draft. They have to take 2 more offensive linemen. Y'all gonna draft a bunch of bombs like you always do. Y'all gonna draft a bunch of bombs. Who did y'all draft yesterday, Pelicans? Has anybody ever heard of that lineman that y'all draft? Y'all gonna draft a bunch of bombs. Y'all tried to call us and we hung up the phone. Y'all want to get our guy Penix. Y'all know he was gonna be a stud. Y'all trying to trade up with us. We didn't want to talk to y'all. Y'all gonna draft a bunch of bombs. You know it. I know it. Lisa says we don't care. Let us discuss our business. Lisa banging on the Ain't, man. Oh man. Kenneth says LMAA and first round QB prospects failed 97% of the time. I don't think that's true. You're gonna have to you gotta post that, You're gonna post that. I never seen that stat before at all in my life. 97% fail rate. I never seen that. You're gonna have to post that for me, please, in order for me to believe that. I know the last time I did look at the data, and I said this a moment ago, but the first round success rate is higher than any other rate in the draft. The first two rounds. After the first two rounds, it gets spooky. After the first two rounds, it gets spooky. First round, of course, has the highest success rate. I think the second round they had like if I remember right, a 20-something percent rate. I think maybe 24%. And third, fourth, fifth rounds, it's teenage digits. Pelican says we tried that. Look at us with Derek Carr. Believe it or not, man, I know a lot of Aints fans ain't big fans of Derek Carr. Derek Carr, to me, this is my opinion. Derek Carr, to me, is a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback, but to me, he's a good quarterback. My opinion is a good quarterback. And that's coming from a Falcons fan. So, DJ Gamer says you got to think that it's not easy to get a quarterback. If Kirk plays how he's supposed to play, then we're going to get a top 10 pick again. Defense was our best thing last season. Why are we so mad? I think the shock and awe of the pick contributes to a lot of people not liking the pick, especially when people say that we're in win now mode. We still can be in win now mode with the rest of these picks. Just because we go ahead and get our quarterback out of the way, it don't mean that they're not trying to win now. It just means that the quarterback is out of the way. So if things go as planned, the most important position on the field is taken care of for years, next 10, 15 years. The most important position is taken care of. But if Penix is with the Falcons, brass think he is, that's out the way. That's totally out the way. So when Kirk Cousins' contract comes off the books and that frees up a bunch of money, and okay, now you give all these younger guys their big monies. It doesn't beat up the salary cap. AJ Terrell is on the brink of getting a new deal. Kyle Pitts is on the brink of getting a new deal. Drake London, it's gonna be time for him. A few more years. Bijan, a few more years. And then at that point in time, you still got Michael Penix on your rookie contract. So you're going to have like a 2, maybe 3-year window with a 5th-year option. Like, hey, we still got a rookie contract and we got all our skill position players making making big money, and the salary cap still intact. So I like the pick. DJ says, let's calm down on Terry Fontenot. How we say we want him fired and says his picks suck, but then we look at all the pieces we have and say we have a good team. Bijan, Drake, and Pitts is the future, but a bad picks. They at that point in time when those picks were made, those were not my number one choices, but they are good picks. Bijan is a dog, Drake is a dog. Get Kyle Pitts another competent quarterback with ability, he can become a dog again. Because Kyle Pitts was the dog in his rookie season with Matt Ryan. Now, people may dislike Matt Ryan. He may not have been their favorite quarterback, but hey, yeah, Pitts in the Pro Bowl as a rookie. Got to give him that. C-Dub says, I said draft the 3rd or 4th round quarterback. Now, C-Dub, that's a big issue for me because the last quarterback we drafted in the 3rd round, Desmond Ridder, he's not even on the team anymore at this point in time. And I really think from a front office perspective, like they're probably thinking, well, we don't want to repeat the same mistake twice. We tried that with Desmond Ridder and we saw like, look, that didn't work. There's a big talent gap from the 3rd and 4th round guys to the 1st round guys. And I really don't think they wanted to repeat that mistake. Now, Terry Fontenot kind of sent us a bat signal when he traded Ridder. Okay, just get his 3rd rounder out of here. I'm done with that. I'm not going there again. he could have kept Ritter, developed him under Kirk Cousins. He could have kept him and developed under Kirk Cousins, but I think he's seen enough to say, like, look, no, this ain't it. I need a guy with some first round talent. And personally, my personal opinion, I don't want my team going to the third or fourth round for a franchise quarterback. Not my team. Now, Pelicans know you. Yeah, y'all Pelicans, y'all go draft a guy in the third or fourth round for the Aints. Good luck with that. I want my team to go get top tier potential talent in the first round, the round that has the highest success rate. That's what I want from my team. I don't want to be messing around third, fourth round. I'm good. I don't want the Travis Jordans of the world as my franchise quarterback. I don't want the Spencer Rattlers of the world for my franchise quarterback. I don't want the Desmond Ritters of the world for my franchise quarterback. I want the top tier guys who the talent evaluators say, okay, these are going to be the cream of the crop out the draft. Now, are you going to miss on quarterbacks in the first round? Absolutely. Absolutely. You miss on every position in the draft. Every position on the draft, you're going to miss more than you hit. But the chances are higher in the first round. You know, the chances are higher in the first round. So myself, again, personally, I don't want to do that third, fourth round mess no more. No. Go get me a guy with first round talent. The last two guys that we drafted in the first round to be our franchise quarterbacks turned out pretty good. You know, the Michael Vick experience didn't finish like we thought it would, but hey, we saw what the potential could have been if he didn't get in trouble. Matt Ryan turned out pretty good for the Falcons. Yeah, you got a Super Bowl that we didn't win. Well, you know, we'll be mad about that for however long we're mad about that. But at the end of the day, he turned out pretty good. Got the franchise and the team to places we never been before. So I like first rounders. I like first rounders. In my opinion, you go in the third and fourth round for developmental guys as quarterbacks and backups. That's why I see third and fourth rounders at, in my opinion. Ray Ellison says can't take a chance on drafting Ritter again. Yeah, and that's what I meant, Ray. That's why I was like, I don't want a third, fourth round quarterback. You know, if you're drafting one just for depth, okay, cool. You know, you need a backup quarterback. All right, cool. I'm cool with it. But for franchise quarterback purposes, nah, I need a first round guy. I definitely need a first round guy. Definitely the first round guy. My guy Tip in the building, A1 Fell. What's up, bro? And I don't know if you just coming in, but I was mentioning earlier, you know, they had a great show, A1 Forever, Smitty, Birdo, and they had a few more people on their panel. They did a live draft show, as I mentioned earlier in this broadcast. So make sure to go check that out. Check out my guy A1 Forever also on YouTube. Puts out excellent Falcons content, excellent Georgia sports content. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure that you do subscribe. Run up the likes, run up the comments, run up the shares. What's up, bro? Lisa says all these other fan bases asking about our team. They're interested in what we do. Yeah, Lisa, you know that's how it go. You know, anytime the Falcons make a move, man, you know, people gonna focus on the Falcons. You know, especially you know the Georgia people who don't root for the Falcons. You know, but y'all always talking about the Falcons. You know, like some of my friends, they be like, "Why you never talk about what your team drafted on draft day? You root for that team, but you always talk about what the Falcons gonna do." You know, crazy. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Let's see what else we got here. Pelicans Noya says, bro, we watching y'all and continue to have a great draft, y'all. NFC rivals, who that? So it sounds like you like you genuinely like the pick. He said continue to have a great draft. So shout out to you, Pelicans Noya. So even Pelicans like the pick, you know, the rival. Reflect the Sun says Rob Arm, please trade him to this. No, y'all can't get him now. Reflect the Sun. You know, we had to do a lot of losing to get the number. We had to do a lot of losing, man. You know, we had to carry the cross to get that pick, man. You know, we wish you good luck, you know, as a fellow Bird member, but y'all, we can't trade our pick, man. We can't trade our pick because he sure got an arm on him. Let's see what else we got checking in, man. Demetrius said draft starts at 7. Okay, I got to wrap this up, then, y'all. We got to wrap this up. We'll probably have to come back and continue to talk about this because obviously this is a hot topic of conversation. TW, what's up, TW? Says we got the best quarterback in the draft. Just went from no quarterbacks the past 3 years to 2 very good ones. 2 years with Kirk, unless he takes us deep towards the championship. Terry is a genius. Shout out to that. That's kind of the perspective that I'm looking at it as well, man. We went from quarterback purgatory to a good veteran starter in Kirk. As long as Kirk stay healthy, which I think he will, I'm sure they check. Well, obviously we know. Thank you, Kirk Cousins, for telling the world the Falcons checked out your medicals before they should have. So obviously they checked into his medicals. Sure they looked into Michael Penix medicals also. And they were confident in what they saw. So we went from a purgatory quarterback room to now we got a good quarterback room. I'm interested to see what these pundits are going to grade our quarterback room now. Because last year they said, hey, boy, y'all got the worst quarterback room in the league. Y'all are the worst. And I couldn't argue against that because I'm thinking like, man, our quarterback room is trash. But you can't say that this year, man. You cannot say that this year. You can't. Larry from the Dixon Way in the building. Shout out to my guy Larry, also from the Dixon Way. Him and his wife Shauna, they do excellent work, excellent in-game commentary. I think they're focused a lot on the Braves right now. I'm sure a lot of y'all are already subscribed to him, but if you're not, make sure to check out the Dixon Way on YouTube. Run up the likes, run up the comments, and run up the shares. Larry says, subtitle after I ate a Snickers. That's funny. And calm down. Then I remembered I did say in the middle of the college season on the Wild Pass I wanted Michael Penix Jr., but was shot down because of his injury history. Yeah, we talked. Mark mentioned early in the broadcast about us having a conversation about Michael Penix Jr. also. So hey, I'm glad that Snickers bar did you well, man. He came around. I was always I knew he was talented. I was always on the fence because of the injury history. But like I said, man, when I saw him throwing that ball in that lobby, I'm like, man, boy, we can get this guy. Yeah, I'm good. And another component, like I was asking earlier, Larry, I'm like, when would have been and I'm not asking you this, I'm just repeating a question, but when would have been the opportune time to get your franchise quarterback? When would have been a good time? Because, like, look, even if you say, well, let's just wait till next year to get it. If we're pick 18 on down, I think at the worst we'll be pick 18. And that's what a disappointing season. I think we're going to be in the 20s, but who would have been there? If you're not picking in the top 5 or top 6 of the league of the draft, you're not getting Shedeur Sanders. You're not getting Shedeur Sanders picking 24th in the draft next year. You're not going to get Shedeur. You're not going to get Quinn Evers from Texas. These guys are going to be gone before pick 6. The guy from Penn State, Drew Aller, I think is his name. You're not going to get him picking 24th in the draft. You're not going to get Carson Beck picking 26. And after like the first 3 or 4 names, man, that Jalen Milroe, Jalen Milroe, Will Howard, Tyler Van Dyke. These guys could end up being studs, but as of right now, like, bro, those names are not appealing. Right now, those names are not appealing. One or two of those guys, the bottom half of that list I named, they could end up being studs. Only time will tell. But when do you go get your quarterback? Before we know it, Kirk Cousins is going to be on year 2 of his contract. Before we know it. TW says, and we all in it right now. Who's America's team? The Falcons are America's team. Bump the cow bombs. The Falcons are America's team. We are America's team. Demetrius is tired. What do you think about 6 wide receivers coming off the board last night? Not surprised. Wide receivers and quarterbacks. Wide receivers and quarterbacks. That's been a common theme in the last, I think, few drafts. Like our Drake London draft, you had a bunch of wide receivers come off. Bunch of teams drafting quarterbacks, bunch of teams drafting wide receivers. Those are now premium positions in a pass-happy league. So not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. And I know everybody had us taking an edge. Dallas Turner, Latu, Jared Verse. But look at where those guys were drafted at. Them guys barely got out. Them guys barely went in the top 20. I think the first one drafted, what did Dallas Turner go, 15? And these were supposed to be top 6, top 7, top 8 draft picks. But that's that's what we do, us doing our mocks as fans and the pundits. But that's not what the decision makers in the NFL thought. That's not what the guys who make the decisions and sign the checks thought. A1 Fellows says, what's up, chat? Let's get ready for some good picks today. Penix Jr. is a great pick. I was just surprised for about 2 minutes. Everybody was surprised. I think everybody was surprised too. But like you said, it's a great pick. It's the most important position you have solidified. You solidified it. And boy, our quarterback room been terrible the last few years. And I said on my Facebook, I feel like I might be the only Falcons fans that is cool with the Kirk Cousins signing and cool with the Michael Penix Jr. signing. Because that's one thing that I've always been like hard about, like quarterback. Got to get a good quarterback. I feel like once Kirk is healthy, good quarterback. Very good quarterback. Excuse me. But like Michael Penix, very good quarterback once he develops and gets some years under his belt. So now I'm cool. The number one thing I've been complaining about these last few years, they solidified for me. I'm cool now, Falcons. You went and took care in one offseason. In one offseason, you went and took care the most important position in American sports, the quarterback position. The rules are manufactured and manipulated for the quarterback to succeed. So you need a good one. At the very minimum, you need a good quarterback. Once you go to the very good and great tier, you balling. Once you go very good and great, you balling. But you need at minimum for him to be good. Good luck winning in today's NFL with mid quarterback play, mediocre quarterback play, bad quarterback play. That's what we've had. Mariota, mid, mediocre. Ritter, mid, mediocre, bad. Heineke, mid, mediocre, bad. 7-10, 7-10, 7-10. So now that we've turned the tides and addressed the number one position in sports, oh yeah, happy camper. Now you fill out the rest of your gaps on the team or the rest of your glaring needs. Hey, we still can go out there and get an edge rusher. Again, we still got Zach Harrison, Arnold Ebukati, Who knows? Maybe Terry knows that Calais Campbell is coming back. Maybe Terry has had that conversation. Okay, Calais, bro, you've been in the league for a long time, bro. Like, look, you ain't got to worry about, OTAs, mandatory minute camps. Hey, you come in right around training camp. Come on in. And you ain't gonna do a lot in training camp, but be a locker room leader. But we know what you can do. Who knows? But you got that number one position, your quarterback. Again, if Michael Penix didn't have these injury issues, man, this is the top 5 pick. This is a top 5 pick. 2 consecutive years of 4,500 plus passing yards. 2 consecutive years. The last 2 quarterbacks to do that, and I'm not making no comparisons, but I'm just saying, last 2 quarterbacks who have did that, Michael Penix Jr., Patrick Mahomes. Not saying he's the next Patrick Mahomes, but I'm just saying at the same time. 35 plus touchdowns. I think this season he threw 11 interceptions. More than a 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. This boy can throw the ball. He can throw the ball. And his playing style is not like Jane Daniels, where where he's gonna be running for 130 yards a game, rushing. No, he can throw the ball. And I'm not saying Jane Daniels can't throw the ball, But I'm just saying this guy can operate in the pocket. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Mark says you stay alive for round 2. No, I'm actually I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna watch the draft. I might come on later on the night after the draft is over. Um and recap these 2 rounds that they're gonna do tonight and continue the Michael Penix conversation because this is like a real polarizing conversation here, obviously. But I might come back later on the night. What's the Friday? Yeah, may do a Waffle House tonight, man. Maybe y'all think we should bring the Waffle House back for the night? Because I'm about to get off and watch the draft. So we might Waffle House this thing up tonight. We might Waffle House it up tonight and bring the panel on here, and that way, we can bounce off everybody. Larry says, but let's see what Terry gets for the rest of the draft. Yep. As we still need to replace 15 sacks that Calais and Bud Dupree are free agents. Is Kirk going to defer money after getting blindsided to bring them back? No. No. They're not gonna. I'm talking like I'm Terry, but I'm pretty confident they're not going to mess with Kirk's contract, and I'm definitely sure Kirk is not going to let them mess with his contract. Especially drafting a quarterback. The Falcons create a lot of money with an AJ Terrell extension, and they got a lot of guys that they can extend and create. I think about $20+ million. The last time I looked at the restructures, you got Lindstrom, you got Jesse Bates, McGarry. You can even do Grady Jarrett if he had to, because he still got 2 years left. I don't know if they want to mess with Grady coming off the injury and him getting a little older. I don't know if they want to mess with Grady Jarrett, but they may feel like, well, we're confident that Grady will be here these next 2 years. So the Falcons create a lot of money with restructuring. I mean, a lot of money with restructuring. A lot of money. Marcia, here comes another Travis pick at 4. I hope not. That's another pick I didn't like. I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I hadn't liked what I've seen from Troy Anderson, his first 2 years in the league either. But we'll see how he come back from this injury. This is a critical year for Troy Anderson. Also being a 2nd round pick, it's time for you to show your worth. Coach says when you get Kirk Cousins and you talk about short term winning, we won't have the ability to pick this high again with the guys we got. We thought it would be important to pick our future quarterback while our pick is this low. Yes. Absolutely, Coach. And that's the point you've been driving home, and that's the point I'm driving home today. And that's why I continually ask that, like, when would be the opportune time to get your quarterback? If we're expecting to win and go to the playoffs this year, man, good luck. And next year's quarterback class, getting a guy drafting 26 in the first round, good luck. Good luck redrafting Desmond Ridder again in the middle rounds. We already seen what them 3rd round quarterbacks do. And not only that, it is so important. Like, you get the opportunity to let your rookie sit down and learn. He ain't being rushed into the fire. Because recently, I really think a lot of these quarterbacks that have been drafted in the first round, they ain't been ready to start. Justin Fields was not ready to start. He was not ready. He needed to sit down. Justin needed to sit down for 2 years. Zach Wilson, he wasn't ready. Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and that was supposed to have been one of the greatest quarterback class of all time, and only one of those guys still with their original team. They all were playing too early. So now you're going back to the days of when teams did draft quarterbacks. Okay, yeah, bro, we drafted you early, but hey, dog, you're not finna play this first 2 years. Sit back, learn, Ricky. Sit back, learn, develop. That way, when your number is called, you're ready. And as much junk as I talked about Desmond Ridder, I feel like Ridder needed to sit for 2 years. I think if Ridder would have sat down for 2 years and developed, he would have been a lot better 3rd year as a starter. Because I didn't like Ridder as our starting quarterback. Y'all know I would never shy about saying that, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I didn't see some potential in Desmond Ridder. There were some games I was looking at Ridder like, oh, damn, boy, look at Ridder. But he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to be under the bright lights that early in his career. He just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Bryce Young. Bryce was not ready to start last year. Bryce needed to be on the bench. The lights were too bright. It was too much for him. Coach says, excuse me, Raheem Morris after draft interview. Okay, I hadn't seen that yet. I'm gonna actually try to watch that tonight, or by the very latest tomorrow sometimes. Kenneth says, I hope Cousins walks so everyone will see how bad Penix Jr. is going to be. It will be hilarious. We need to expect them to treat Penix Jr. the same as Werner. All right. If you were already calling him bad before he's taking one snap, and then I can say about that, your mind is already made, and I'm definitely not here to try to change your mind. Your mind is already made. The Dirty Bird Gang Podcast. Shout out to the Dirty Bird Gang Podcast. Says that's the point. Tie this backwards. They took a bet on Ridder and failed. Now they want to draft the quarterback at 8. Fields could have sat behind Matt, and Matt played his contract out. And I mentioned that scenario with Fields needing to sit. Fields wasn't ready to start, and I was one of the biggest Fields cheerleaders. When it was his draft year 2021. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad we didn't get Fields. I'm a fan of Justin Fields, going to always be a fan of him. I'm normally always fans of Georgia guys. Trevor Lawrence, guys who come from the home state. I just got, I think a lot of people feel like this. You just look at him as a hometown kid. You want to see him do well. But when I watch Justin, man, I just see a lot of issues with his passing mechanics, his progression in the pass game. I see a lot of issues with it. I do. I'm gonna be honest. Even though that's my boy, that's my guy. I was fighting a lot of wars for Justin Fields, especially that Georgia year and that year in the draft. I was fighting wars for him. But in hindsight is always 2020. I'm glad we didn't get Fields. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Justin Fields is going to ever be a proficient passer of the football. And what I want from my quarterback, I want a good quarterback holistically. I want a good quarterback, but I don't want my quarterback's main strength to be running the football. That's not my personal style that I prefer. Now, if you can run it and throw it good, let's rock, buddy. Let's go. Let's get it. But if your strength is clearly your biggest strength is clearly your legs is better than your arm, it's a turnoff for me. Just being honest. It's a turnoff for me. But look, y'all, man, this we're gonna have to continue this conversation. Mark says, yeah, Waffle House tonight would be lit. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a Waffle House because y'all told me the draft starts at 7. So I want to get back in front of the TV and watch the draft because we almost with 6:47 now. So look, y'all, let's try to finish this conversation tonight, maybe on the Waffle House. If not tonight on the Waffle House, we may just have to do a Saturday's edition of the Waffle House. But we'll finish this conversation. And also then by that time, we can pick apart these picks tonight. We're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. So we'll try to finish this later on tonight for the Waffle House. We'll try to bring that back. If not, we'll definitely bring it back tomorrow night. So I'll see y'all then. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the interaction, man. I will see y'all very soon. Peace.